These are two of the biggest toolboxes I think I've ever seen, but Milwaukee sent these out for me to review. It's the chop saw and M18 vacuum. Let's get them outside and see what they can do. This guy is the 2739-21 HD, so it's the kit that comes with the 12 ampere hour battery. Whereas the model number on the cordless back is a 0915-20, and this one comes as a tool only. So this will be a pretty sweet setup. I think I've got everything I need. What I don't have, you'll notice, is extension cords, and that's a good thing because we're about 150 feet from the nearest outlet. I like to use a little workpiece support roller for those longer planks. Now, one accessory I still need to get is the vacuum link so that it can wirelessly pair with the saw, but for now I think I'll just run it continuous. And that 14-inch cross-cutting capacity was a big selling point for me, just because a lot of the planks I have to square up today are quite wide. So that's one done, 437 to go. Some pretty cool looking old barn wood though. I definitely thought it was worth salvaging. So if you're thinking about getting into a system like this, it really comes down to power source. Now for contractors, subs, guys out in the field, if you're away from the shop 80% of the time, I think a system like this makes a ton of sense. If you're a hobbyist working out of the garage, well then you're going to want to be plugged in 80% of the time. So one thing Milwaukee could do to improve these is to offer dual power source where you could plug it into a standard 120 volt outlet or use their really great M18 batteries. But as this sits, this is more for somebody that's working on site, and for that it could be super convenient. And the fence looks like it's nicely squared up to the bed, so that's a good start. There's not much to add on this one, but you do have to install these little side handles, but luckily those are indexed into position, so it'll automatically level up with the bed of your saw. One feature that may not be immediately obvious to you is this anti-tip bar, so just remove the screw, slide that in from the back, and then reinstall the screw, and that'll keep things nice and stable when you're using your saw. Now for making bevel cuts, you loosen things up in the back, very traditional in that sense, and you can tip it to the left. But if you want to tip it to the right, you have to first release this lock, and then you'll go that way, lock it down where you need it, and you're good to go. And there's even preset stops at 22.5 or 33.9 degrees, and just drop right to that stop and lock it in. If you need to switch it and use the other one, that's pretty easy to do as well. But for most cuts, I'll just have those stops over in the side position. But most of the controls are pretty standard, and I think people will be able to jump in and start using it. A little lock on the sliding action there for transport, or if you just want to use it like a more basic chop saw. The detent system feels solid, and there's lots of common angles that you can lock that into. Or you can just twist this knob and that'll disable the detent so you can set it to the degree exactly where you need it. There's even a shadow line light, which I always like to see. That'll come on just by installing the battery, or just press that button. There's a safety lock on the trigger, and you just slide that to the side before pulling the grip, and I found that really intuitive after just a couple tries. And the big question is run time. Now, I'm lucky enough I have 3 of these HD12.0 batteries, but if you're just limited to one, still I think you can work all day with this thing with a typical workload. Now, just because I'm out here doing barn duty, don't think that this saw isn't accurate. You could easily trim out your house or shop with this. Now, despite being battery powered, this actually has some pretty good suction to it. So dust collection on the saw is maybe not perfect, but you know, these are 12-inch wide planks, so it's throwing a bit of dust around. But I think having this extractor hooked up definitely does help. And I really want to try some of the accessories on this, like the Vaclink, and accessories that you can add directly to the vacuum itself, like a dust separator or an auto filter cleaner. And the big news at the Thoughtful Woodworker this month, I'm building a new shop. So if that's a topic of interest to you, be sure to hit me with a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for all the details. And I'll leave you today with a little footage from pulling down the old barn where the shop's gonna go and removing that foundation with an excavator.